Hello, good evening. Corrie here, coming in to do a quick check-in. Just seeing who I got, making sure I'm on both pages, or both broadcasting on both sites. So just give a moment here for anyone new. I am spiritual healer, mystic, psychic medium, and published author and teacher. So if you're new, then you never know what you're going to get when you come in. But welcome. Hello, Felicia. My first all the time. And Beth, hello. Just letting the room fill up a little bit here. Hello, Wendy. So I am on Facebook and YouTube. Okay, that's what I was just checking out to see where I was. All right, so this is going to be a quicker. As you can see, I kind of look like crap. I'm not well, but I did want to stop in and do a check-in. Hello, Olivia. We'll just give it a few minutes for a few people to get in, but I'm just going to do a little energy update. I did just post the weekly. So on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, the new weekly message for this week is now up and available. You can check that out. So that's there. What else we got going on? We just finished the summit. So if you were at the summit, you probably you've probably seen how spectacular it was firsthand. It was absolutely incredible. If you missed it, I advise getting to it next year because it was a pretty big deal. Hello, Danielle. And hello to everyone who's watching, who is, peeking in, watching, and is always silent. I know you're there. Yes, we're in retrograde. Yep, we do have retrograde energy. For anyone who's in the Edmonton and Leduc area, well, probably anywhere kind of in those in that areas. I will be in Leduc on the 21st, which is not that far away, which is only 2 weeks away. So on Saturday, the 21st, I will be in Leduc with Michelle Gibson, who you've probably sometimes seen on here with me. So we will be in Leduc all day long. There will be a wellness event, like a wellness day that will be happening. And the doors open at 10 and it ends at 4:30. And then in the evening, myself and Michelle are doing a 2-hour live mediumship event. So it's 2 mediums, 1 stage. So if you're in the Leduc area or the Edmonton area, anywhere around there, where Tasquin, Camrose, maybe Lacombe, any of those areas, and you want to attend the live mediumship, tickets are on sale on Eventbrite. If you go to my website, you'll also see them there. My microphone is falling off. I'm trying to fix my microphone. So you can get the tickets there. You can go to my website, or you can just go to Eventbrite and put in, I think it's more than existing events, more than existing limited presents. So live mediumship on January the 21st in Leduc at the Best Western Plus, where the Barney's restaurant is, Edmonton Airport Hotel, I think it's called, but it's on 50th Street. So we will be there, and you can get tickets to attend that. But all day long, there is a wellness event happening. So you can come check out all the vendors, come check out what they're offering. Some are, what they're selling. We have readers, we have tapping, Reiki, we have healing work happening. I will be there. Michelle will be there, and that's going to be all day long. So, there's Michelle Gibson. There she is. And Michelle just posted it. So that's what we got coming up while we're waiting for people to join in. So we do have some retrograde energy. We have some really up and down energies. I just posted this week's message and on YouTube, and I said, yesterday, excuse my nasally and my runny nose here. Yesterday, I was sitting on the couch and covered up my blanket and just really, truly just having a down day after the summit. And and I was like looking up my numerology, and 2023 is a 7. It's in numerology. It's a 7 year. And so when I looked up my birth date, like I know I'm a 5. So I'm like looking up different sites, different writings about fives in the year of the 7 and all this. And oh my freaking God, it was like almost impossible to find anything that could go right in my year. Then I was looking up my Chinese astrology, and the ones I was looking at, it was like, is there anything good for me this year? But it's all in how people communicate through their messages. And are you looking for, are you looking to, help people be inspired to know that even though challenging times come, that we can still find a way. Just because things may be even, maybe a little more difficult, it doesn't mean good things are happening. And so that was kind of the whole energy right now, is that it just feels like the energy is just saying, it's like, it's a bit of that sense of, if you want it to be all bad, it can be. And trust me, yesterday I had my own energy earlier in the day when it was like, holy crap, like I don't like this feeling. But I know it's just moving through me. So I know there's like energy that feels more intense. There's energy that just feels like it's like stopping me. It's like, and it's so stopping you. It feels intense. You may notice people around you are crankier, but it's not the energy that makes people cranky. It's not the energy that makes people respond and react a certain way. That's within ourselves, because the energy out there does not have ego. It does not have the ability to force you to do something. It is all what is within us. So once we get into that agitated state, or that irritation, frustration, when we feel like we're being like pushed, when we're being told everything is we should fear everything and everything is going to be bad. Well, you get triggered into your fight or flight, that freeze, fawn, or fight or flight, and then or into the others, fawn, freeze, like all of these states of where you spiral into fear, and that fear then takes a hold. And so when fear takes a hold of us, then fear starts to guide the way, and then we lose faith in the ability that we, as a human, as a person, have the opportunity. We have this thing called will, and it's right here, and it's all tied into where your solar plex energy would be, and the power of the will, and then the mind, and then the heart, and then all of your experiences, to be able to really truly process through, and to be able to make the changes that you need to make, and say, is that really a truth? Is that really how I should respond? What's really happening within me? So the energy don't make you do anything. Just to let you know, retrograde, the the universe doesn't slow down. The planets don't start spinning backwards. It's not anything like that. It just feels like a slower moving energy. And it's that whole sense of retrograde. It's like everything goes wrong during retrograde. It's when it's everything just kind of has that, it kind of stops you in your tracks kind of energy sometimes. But I love retrograde energy. Retrograde energy for me gives me an opportunity to slow myself down. I feel it when it's coming. But we do have a full moon. We have a new moon coming on the night that we're doing the live mediumship in Leduc is actually a super moon, and it's a new moon, and that's happening on the 21st. On the night that we started the summit, it was a full moon in Cancer. So we just came out of a full moon. And so Friday night we had the full moon, I never plan things. I never plan things around moon cycles, or it just what feels right. It's like, that's the date. And then when we look it up, it's always tied to these different times. Like it's always these moons. So this moon is also going to bring another shift in energy. And it's a new moon. Full moon is for releasing, letting go. New moons is for setting intentions. And then all the other moon cycles in between all have a purpose as well. It all has, there's rituals that you can do with all of the moon cycles. So I just want to bring up that about the energy is nothing makes you do the things that you don't want to do. Like the only one who actually does, my mother used to say, who twisted your rubber arm, right? Who made you do that? Well, they made me do it. Nobody made you do it. You got a free will choice. And you're not responsible for what anyone else chooses to do, right? And that's the truth. So hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. I worked from bottom up. Hello, Linda and Edie and Michelle. I was already talking to Stacy, Tracy, and who else we got? I spoke to Danielle. Oh, Marianne and Jenna. Hello, Wendy. I think I spoke to, and Kevin. Hello, hello, hello. And so, yeah. So that's where we are right now, and so. Hello, Jaden. And so we have a lot of there's a lot of mixed energy. And so a good thing to really look up though is your number, and what's your soul number, what's your birth number, and where does it, how is your number, resonating with this 7 year that we're in. So there's all kinds of things to look up. And if you keep looking and searching, you might end up down a rabbit hole. Just want to say. And when you look at your astrological sign, it's like, you're not reading your daily horoscope does not give you your life. Just want to tell you that, because you need your natal chart. And you can go on Cafe Astro, I think it is .com, and you can download your whole natal chart, and it'll tell you where everything is. It tells you how you respond. And then also I highly suggest doing your human design. And we have a free masterclass. We have a free introduction class in the More Than Existing Academy that Lisa has in there. It's an introductory, but she also has master classes coming up for the human design as well. Hello, Margaret. Hello, hello. Okay. I'm going to move quickly because I'm fevered. I actually have a fever, and so something just told me to come in. So I'm a little stuttery. My nerve endings are a little misfiring tonight. I'm a little out of sorts in myself. Got some little pings happening in my face, but I just wanted to stop in and do a little bit of an energy update, check in with everyone, and just say thank you to everyone who attended the summit. If you missed our More Than Existing Summit, you missed a spectacular event, and it was just so incredible. The powerful speakers, the information that was given out, oh my God, it was crazy. And it's like 2.5 days of just continual presenters presenting everything from woo-woo to trauma to everything. It was just so amazing. So amazing. And I channeled through 5 hours worth of work. So I'm a little bit bleh at the moment. So first card. Oh, guess what else just happened as I'm shuffling? Today, so the booklet for my cards. This is not what the back of the cards look like. If you go to my website, you can see the back on the cards. The cards, the booklet is done. The box cover is now done. So yes, I do need to rest. So we're going to do this quick. So we are that much closer. I do have to, when we're ready to say yes to the cards, I do have to order a demo deck. And so when I order my demo deck and we approve it, then we should be ready to be able to start pre-sales for the cards. So they are so close. All right. So with this energy coming out, we have the creator of worlds. And so you are the creator of your world. The world that you exist in, the world that you choose, you are the creator of. So if we only see stuff as all bad, all negative, and we can't find one thing good, and if we see every single person, like if everybody is the problem, and not you, but everybody is the problem. Everybody ruins your day. So you're creating that world. And so the Enchanted Alchemist is about taking that alchemy journey to about finding the magic in the world, and that there is magic to be discovered, and to discover the magic within ourselves. And that is going to be the big shift that we're going to be going through this year. Like by March, we're going to really be seeing it. By end of January, we're going to be going by. So, okay. The 21st, we have this really cool moon energy. We have the super moon. It's going to be very cool kind of energy. Then on the 22nd, around the 21st, 22nd, that's when we get the energy that is like like it's like someone just turned the whole tarot deck to all tower cards. And so it is like the crumble kind of energy that falls through on the 22nd. And then by the time March starts rolling around, feels like there's a little bit of a la la fairyland kind of energy that's coming through. And so the Enchanted Alchemist says, it's like we get to be the creator of our worlds. And if we start to seek and search, your birthday's the 27th? Well, look at that, Jaden. Right when magic is beginning. Right when the magic is beginning. And so when we want to really start seeking the magic, and it's the same thing when, like with our mediumship, like when we're doing mediumship, we don't get lower in our energy to connect to spirit. We get hyped up. So that's why when you see us doing readings and those type of things, we're smiling, we're high in energy, is because you have to rise up. The spirit energy, the energy from the divine is not going to match our energy. We have to match the energy of the divine, which means the more that we step into a healthier sense of self, into a healthier energy, like a higher vibrating energy type of thing. So in a happier state of being, or childlike energy is what we often call it. When we feel enthusiastic, excited, feel that sense of joyfulness, like we get so excited about something. Well, that's when we're able to connect more to the spiritual realm. And so whenever we are in that energy, so it's the same thing with the journey of alchemy. When we start to decide we're going to start mastering our lives, is we're going to master our emotions. We're going to master through the events that have held us back. We're going to move beyond the suffering stories. We're going to advance ourselves, like spiritual emotional evolution is what we call it. And in my work, I often call it like it's time for us to grow up. And I don't mean like in a sarcastic way. I mean to grow, to expand, to rise beyond. And when we do, we give ourselves the opportunity to start to see, feel a whole lot different. I was recording a video this morning of the cat because, I don't know how much longer I have my cat. She's not well and she's old. And as I was recording, all these little beads of light, all these like little beams of light just start coming out of nowhere. And I'm like, and look at that, there's the magic. So if you walk outside and you only see a tree, and my partner Corrie says, and here she goes talking about the trees again, the trees are the guardians. So if you only see a tree, that's all you see. If you see the tree as something magical, you'll find the magic in the tree. If you only see a person as the one perspective of what somebody else have told you, then all you'll see is you'll see a person through somebody else's eyes, somebody else's perspective, and somebody else's view. If you make the choice to say, I will decide for myself, you may find something that aligns and matches to your energy. You may find a whole different story, and you may find something magical. You may see something that's just like sparks, like wanting to know more about a person. You never know, right? And so that kind of energy means that you're choosing to step into experience your own life. So when you're experiencing your life through the view of the world and being guided by the world's energy, by the world stage, by that world energy, and not allowing yourself to experience life yourself, then you will be missing out on your experiences because you will be guided by only how somebody else experiences life, how somebody else experiences, their events. And so you'll always be living through somebody else. So you'll always be in the past. You'll never be in your now and in your future, because you'll always be in the I'm waiting. You're waiting to respond, waiting to see what else is happening. And sometimes it's good to wait to respond. But if it's that constant of, I'm going to wait till somebody else goes and then I'll go or I'll do or whatever it may be. If my friends don't like that person, for sure, I'm not going to like that person. There's a lot of like that kind of, so it takes us back to like childlike energy. And we see it in people that look like adults. So because we have unhealed wounds and trauma, if you're still that little kid who was still trying to fit in and belong, you're probably still sharing all the messages and putting out all the things that really truly looks like the victim story. And really look at them. And if somebody else is posting them and you're wondering if it's about you, then you got your own inner issues. And you got your own inner childhood wounds, or your unhealed trauma, or you got your own story. So when you find yourself asking, like wondering, feeling that sense of insecurity and feeling yourself like really truly always putting that out there, you have to ask yourself, what's happening within myself? What's going on within me? Getting in a job, but was getting scared. See, don't be scared, Jaden. It's going to be all good. Right? It's going to be all good. And so that's this is where the Enchanted Alchemist is taking us. And this is a crone card. So this would be in the crone energy, the wisdom, right? Using your own wisdom, your previous experiences to be able to guide you, connecting to the soul, doing the soul journey work, doing the inner child work, all of those type of things that we do to be able to bring ourselves into a healthier state of being. All right. Oh, shoot. Hold on. I can't stand up because I got my jammy shorts on. Well, look at that. I just spoke about the trees, and I said the trees are the guardians. And the trees, guardians hide within the trees is what I said. I always say this. I'm like, guardians are in the middle world as much as they're in the angelic realm. And they protect the earth. So imagine the trees on earth. What does trees do to earth? Not just be able to keep us breathing here, but they keep the soil together. Their roots are an important part of being able to keep the earth, right? And so, of course, we got rock too, but roots play a part in the system to keep the tree standing, to keep it growing. It's the root system. Well, so does our ancestry. So does our past. All of those things are beautiful wisdom, but it doesn't mean it's everything. And that's why guardians, so that's why the guardian angels, and this is Willow, it's hard to see her right now. This is Willow. And it's why the guardians wait for us to ask for help. Wait for us, unless it's something where they got to pop all the way in. But it's like that sense of seeing the guardians, working with the guardians. I have a small little workshop video that I made about the guardians in the academy. And I speak about how I've traveled as a mystic. I've done a lot of work with the guardian angels and with that guardian energy. And so working with the guardian energy is working with the virtues. It's working with that which strengthens us, that which makes us strong at the core of us, that which gives us the opportunity to know that when we're strong at the core, we can make up our own minds. We can think for ourselves. We can know that all we got to do is make a choice. There is no right, no wrong choice. There's just a choice. That's it. And if you make a choice and it doesn't work, then you make another choice. But it's like we get so caught up in wanting to know ahead of time and making that right choice. And people always say to me, well, I want you to just tell me what to do with my life. And I say, if I tell you what to do with your life, you're not going to live your life. You're going to live the life of that, what you feel like you're being told. You can be guided. You can be given, this is how things look, but no one can make those choices for you. So the guardian is here for us tonight to just really, truly know, for us to strengthen the core, strengthen that sense of the core of us. What really gets in the way of us being allowed to be, of us giving ourselves permission to be our truest self? What unhealed parts of yourself are you noticing? What are you seeing that is a repeat pattern? How many times do you see people, I have, everyone is my enemy. Nobody's on my side. It's like, if people don't want nothing to do, you just let them go, that type of thing. And it's like, yeah, that's good to a certain degree, but you are creating stories. And you create the stories, and then you put the characters in there, and then you have them, you create who and what they are so they can play out the whole story, so that you can give yourself the rite of passage to be the victim in your story, or the savior, right? And so the guardians step back and they say, we're here, you have to choose, right? And it's like, What choice are you making? And these guardians also show us like that power of wisdom. So these are both crone energy. So this is grandmother energy, grandfather energy, the wisdom, the wise ones, the elders are very much with us right now. And very much telling us that we have to really start to, like we can't just rely on their wisdom. And as much as they had great wisdom, they only knew what they knew for the period of time they were here on earth. What they're giving us from over here in spirit world as wisdom is coming from the soul, which is way more powerful than what they even would have even just known while they're on earth. So there's an evolution of wisdom that's also taking place for us and honoring that. The final card is actually our card of the day. So this is the card that was for the card of the day. And this is like our future card moving forward in this energy. I feel like this is taking us all the way to the full moon. And this was our card. So if you haven't seen it, you can read about the card. You can go onto my Facebook page or onto my Instagram account, and you can read about this card today. And this is the way home. This is Emi. And Emi is me spelt backwards and me spelt forward. And Emi, and what Emi means is Emi is that from shadow to truth, right? From the shadows to your truest of self. From attitude to inspiration. And so this is not a crone card. This is, she sits in the mother energy. And so she sits in the middle. This card is this wisdom of this card, and as beautiful as it is, represents like that of the death card. It is the ending so that new beginnings can unfold. And so when we see in the Buddhist culture and stuff, in the Buddhist religion, is when a Buddhist like high up monk is passing over, is they say they become their rainbow body, is they embody all spirit. And so the more that we embody living as from spirit, living more as our truest version of ourselves, living without letting our ego guide our way, the more that we embody and we radiate that more colorful sense of ourselves. Here goes that screen again. And so the more that we embody that sense of spirit, we're not so captivated by whether or not we're going to be liked, whether or not, we're doing the thing that pleases the whole everyone around us. But what we're doing is we're learning the power of being able to step into that place of alchemy, to take the journey from beginning to end and know that all the way through, by the end, is that you've lived, that you've actually came to live. And embodying this and walking into the light, there's always endings, there's always beginnings. You can't have a new beginning without an ending, ever, right? You can't have a new beginning without something having to end. And sometimes that is being able to make our choice. Sometimes that is the willingness to look another direction, to gain new perspectives. And the more that you embody living with light, the more that you let light come in and let shadow be released, like let your shadow self, let your past walk behind you and you walk forward in your light, the more that you truly start to embody and radiate out that aura of love and light. You're not in the sense of like really trying to like, come play with me. I got the best toys. Come, look at my toys. Look what I got. Mine is better than theirs. And so you're not trying to buy or manipulate or trying to just, collect energy of people around you or have a collection around you just to fill up that space, because it's all temporary satisfaction. It's about what is going to fulfill us, what is going to hold us for the long haul, what is going to give us that sense of knowing that we're breaking out of patterns and loops and old habits, and that we're allowing ourselves to evolve, to grow, to expand. And that's where we are. And I mean, that's what we do as light workers. So yeah, right? Right, Edie, so true. And so this is where we are in the energy. This is what we got happening. So I'll just end with one last card to validate all of that. And I'm taking my fevered body. And I'm in between that, I'm painting. Ha, Michelle. Ha. Right as Michelle's picture pops up in the corner saying thank you, here comes the Michelle card. So this card was inspired by Michelle and her daughter Mia. Um, this was where my inspiration, this is where this, like Amelia, when she was painting these, had no idea who I was inspired by for each card. And it's so amazing how some of these cards are have this inspiration. So this is the unseen moon. This is Thekla. And you can see Thekla has her swords, but her swords are covered in roses because she don't need them as weapons. They're not weapons. She doesn't need to be in that state of protection, right? It's like this, they become a fashion piece, a decorative piece to her, is knowing that she has it if she needs it for, for something coming in. But when we start to do our healing work, when we really start to heal that inner child story, which is exactly what we have around us right now. When we do the inner child work, we looking back at our child with such compassion and just say, you know what? You were never not loved. You were never forgotten. You were never any of those things. It's just the people that maybe should have been the ones that should have given it to you couldn't see that. But there was always love somewhere. There was always caring someone. There was always somebody there. There was always something. You just got to find that key. You got to find that treasure that then ignites that sense of wonder within ourselves, that we find it. And when you find it, you grow off of that. You expand off of this. And, and we stop spreading that narrative and that story. When do we let the stories end? Right? When does those stories stop dictating and controlling our lives? And we see it on a world scale right now. You often see people that have God complex, people that take that sense of the love of power instead of the power of love, right? The love of power versus the power of love, and get that sense of selling their soul to be in power, to have that God complex, to be that. Most times that's the bullied little child. That's the forgotten one. That's the one telling themselves all the story. That's the one that probably experienced the most trauma. And they're still on a mission to prove themselves. They have still got something to prove. They're still operating. The little inner child is still running the show. Not everyone, but in a lot of cases. And if you get really deep with it, you find out where the root is. And when you start to get to the root cause and the source, you start to find out that, you start to find out what really, truly, what is the root of this? What's causing me this? Michelle, oh boy, I sold my soul. You got it back now. But what we do is, by what that phrase means, you sell your soul. What that means is you stop listening. You stop listening to that nagging feeling. You stop listening to the gut feeling, that intuition. You stop listening. You start ignoring, because you were probably told a lot of times in your life not to listen to it. Like if you said, I don't want to do that. That doesn't feel right. I don't like that food. I don't want to eat that. Forcing a kid to eat food is forcing a kid to go against what their body is telling them. And you are destroying the fragments of the instinctual self. And those instinctual selves is the parts. Those are that really helps to build the foundation of being able to choose, to trust our own free will, to trust our intuition, to listen to our body as we grow. So sometimes it's the simplest little things that cause us such a sore little spot. Get to the root of it. It may never have been as big as you thought. It's seen through the eyes of a child, remembered through the eyes of a child, and maybe wasn't mirrors. There may be many more things happening in between there. And so once we can see it through the eyes of who we are today, felt through the heart of who we are today, explored through there, then we can do the Ho'oponopono. We can do that release, and we can do the I forgive you. I see you. I love you. I hear you. I forgive you. All of that kind of work that we can do. So now's the time for this kind of healing. If you want to know more about this whole energy of this week, go to my website, go to my YouTube channel and check it out there. What else is coming up is I have the 7 spiritual laws coming up, I think on January the 30th. So I have that starting. And in February, I'm starting another more than existing level 1 that is starting. And it's going to be, this time I'm going to be doing it instead of one night a week. It'll be 2 evenings a week. If you can't make it to all the lives, it's all recorded. And so level 1 of More Than Existing is starting up again, and it's starting in February the 14th on Valentine's Day. So it's going to be a Tuesday and Thursday evening. And yeah, and that's what we have happening. And Michelle, who you see in the corner, who you see down in your corner, Michelle Gibson and myself will be live doing a 2-hour live mediumship in Leduc on January the 21st. You can get your tickets on Eventbrite. You can go to the website. You can see the link. Go to the Facebook page and to the events. You can see it there. During the day, there is a wellness day, which is free to enter, but the vendors will be charging for their readings, for their Reiki, for their tapping, for all of those things. They will be charging for that during the day, but it's free to enter. There is going to be there's going to be, shops set up as well that are going to have some, wellness products, soaps, salts, bracelets, stones, crystals, like that kind of stuff will be there. And I will be there with my books during the day, and I will be there probably till about 2:30 or so. I don't think I'll be there the whole day because we're going on in the evening. And then from 7 till 9 on the 21st, then Michelle and I are doing the 2-hour live mediumship. So go to Eventbrite, get your tickets, get the link on the website or on the Facebook page. That's what we got happening. And if you're going to my YouTube channel, please subscribe. Come on. If you subscribe to my YouTube channel, it helps to be able to grow it. I don't think people realize that. It makes a big difference because we can't get those videos seen if we can't get the people to subscribe fully to them. So it has gone up drastically in the past month. It is crazy how much it is growing, but it's still a very high number before you even can get seen anywhere. So support me, and then hit the notification button and you'll get all the updates. That's what I got. Yes, it's going to be a beautiful, amazing day. So the whole wellness day, we will be posting the vendors on the event page on Facebook as well. All that's there. So sorry I couldn't do any readings tonight. My energy is very low. Like I said, I am not well. I have a sore throat, fever, all that fun stuff that comes this time of the year. So, but I will be back. And the next time I come back, I will do readings. So when you see me post another live or you see me in here, I will be coming in to do those classes. Aren't you in level 2 and 3, Wendy? Oh, yes, it is. We start again Sunday. Yes, we're back. We start up again Sunday, Wendy. That's when your next level 2, 3 classes. Brain. Yes. So your level 2, 3 class starts up Sunday. And then I have, like I said, the 7 spiritual laws of success and the More Than Existing level 1 starting up. So much love, everyone. Have a beautiful night, and I will see you all soon. Mwah. And I have a podcast coming out tomorrow on my other YouTube channel. I'll get that out tomorrow to you. Bye-bye. Thank you all. Have an awesome night.